Cassie, and this is Candid with Cassie. I have my tea here. It's hot tea. And I wanted to get started by saying I really think my podcast is steered towards the new, or how can I say this? The freshly awakened people who are just getting into vibrations, energy, acknowledging that we have that, and kind of trying to learn that understanding. There is a lot of people out there with knowledge, a lot more knowledge than me. And like I've said in the past, this is about us learning and growing together. And I love to learn from others, and I hope that this you can learn from me. And so our last episode was the beginning of our second season, and this is the second episode, and it's the power of gratitude in daily mindset. So this season is focused on raising the collective's vibration, step by step going over how can you do things in your life to help raise your vibration, keep positive vibes, and have good energy throughout the day, and just in general staying a positive person. And we all know in this world that can be very difficult. I'm a little hot. And so that's what I'll be talking today, and today is more geared towards gratitude and daily mindset shifts, because this is something you do have to work on daily, especially when you're trying to renew your mind from the old you into the new you. And so these are going to be some simply daily practices to lift your energy and expand your knowledge on how to do that. So we're going to learn how setting the energy, setting the tone when you wake up, right? Energy follows focus, and where attention goes, energy goes. So one of the first things I do when I wake up is I show gratitude. That's by saying, thank you. Thank you for waking me up today. Thank you for giving me this life. Okay? No one's life is ever going to be perfect. We all have trials and tribulations, and those are the lessons, and those are the growing points, and those are what you should be thankful for. I mean, wouldn't you hate to just be the same person 10 years from now? Because you didn't have anything that tested you, that pressured you, that tried to see kind of where your character is at, where your morals are at. Were you able to control your anger that day? All those things. Mindset shapes emotional, mental, and energetic experiences. So I do believe what you speak, what you think is projected in your life and can change the outcome of certain situations and experiences. And I invite you guys to listen with curiosity rather than judgment, because this is really about self-care and helping yourself become a better person mentally, physically, spiritually, energetically. Okay? And so what gratitude really is, okay? When you think of gratitude, you automatically think of being thankful, being grateful. And gratitude is not a toxic personality or pretending everything is okay. Okay? It is allowing reality to flow through your life, no matter if it's good or bad, and you stopping at some point and saying, I experienced this horrible situation, but I am so thankful because this is what I got out of it. Okay? It's allowing reality while choosing appreciation alongside it, okay? So a lot of people have such a fast-paced life, they fail to find the goodness in it. Okay, so by the end of the day, they're exhausted, they just are done, right? Mentally, physically exhausted. But at some point, you're gonna have to sit here and say, I'm thankful just to be alive, honestly. Gratitude and grief can coexist, and both are valid states of are both valid. It's just how you handle it. I have processed grief, I have processed loss, and that can create trauma, and that can create a moment for you to sit here and think, I eventually want to heal from this. You may not be thankful that that exactly happened to you in that moment, but once you process those feelings, you can understand what you can find in that situation to be thankful for. Okay? Gratitude shifts your energy tremendously. It is one of the highest vibrations you can hold. Love, gratitude, authenticity, being yourself, right? Those are all things combined that keep you having good, positive energy, and as I say, at a higher vibration. So what gratitude does is it moves your nervous system out of survival mode into a safety mode. So you're not sitting here thinking, how am I going to get through this? How am I going to get through this? You're going to say, I'm thankful for this out of this situation, and now I feel at peace because I can find something in it that is good. Okay, shifts focus from lack, fear, or stress into awareness and presence. Creates emotional regulation by calming the body and the mind. It raises energetic frequency by aligning thoughts with appreciation. And builds trust in life by reminding you of what is already working. It will interrupt negative thought loops and rewires habitual thinking. In those patterns that your old you are so used to falling down, going down this rabbit hole of bad thoughts, right? It's up to you to stop in that moment. And I feel like I kind of touched on this a little bit in the first episode. Stop in that moment and say, okay, do I really want to be upset all day? Do I really want to be that person that is constantly just think of all these negative things? Like, when does it end? Right? Well, this world is low vibrational to begin with, so it's never ending. So that's why it's up to you to choose what path you want to be on. My back door got left open earlier, and now there's a fly in the house. I came home from running some errands, and I had a meeting, and my back door was open. And I looked at my dog, and I was like, why is the back door open? Very weird. Anyway, so now I have a fly. So I guess let me explain in a simple way the science and energy connection to gratitude. Okay, so gratitude activates the parasympathetic nervous system. It lowers cortisol and stress responses, and I do have every podcast I'm going to have this because I want to make sure we're on the same page and I'm explaining to you this information the best I can. Sometimes I'm not the best with words, so here you go. The brain begins to look for positive automatically over time. So it took me, I'm not going to tell you how long, but once you start the process, you will slowly learn in your own way how to pivot out of a negative thought pattern into a positive one. How to pivot into seeing the good in situations instead of the bad, okay? And energetically, this creates a lighter, more open internal state for receiving the good, right? And the daily mind shifts that change everything is from reaction to response. And I talked about this in my last episode. You reacting is you not putting any thought into what you're about to do. The situation happens and you just react. You say, you move, you think, you do, okay? Response is pausing before your emotions fully impact you to react. So you're gonna pause and you're gonna say, okay, this is what I'm feeling right now. How can I look at this in a way that's gonna help me grow? You're gonna go from like the victim mindset, like poor me, to empowerment, asking what can be learned, okay? I was, okay, I'll use an example, and this is kind of weird, but it came to my mind. I was like physically assaulted, someone tried to rob me before, okay? I was a victim in that moment. They tried to take my purse, it didn't happen, because I'm a little crazy sometimes, okay? This was a few years ago in Houston, Texas. But I don't go out in the world now scared all the time someone's gonna rob me. Now let me tell you, when I hear footsteps running up behind me, it does trigger me a little bit, and I'm like kind of automatically in preparation mode, like what's gonna happen. But I don't go out in the world I was checking my mail when it happened. Every time I check my mail now, I'm not scared. I just say, okay, Cassie, this is what you could have done different in that situation to acknowledge what was about to happen, okay? I had this experience, and now I understand what I did wrong, what I could do better to protect myself in the future. But I'm not gonna be scared all the time going out, checking my mail in public alone. You just have to take that experience and turn it in a way you have understanding how you can apply it to your life. So you need to go from having control to having trust, to having faith, okay? Releasing the need to force the outcomes. So if you're sitting, my cats are fighting right now. Hey, Sylvester. That was crazy. Okay. From comparison to self-connection. So I find a lot of times that people compare themselves to others. I sell real estate, and I am on a team of really great agents, okay? I would love to be like all of these agents, but I do not have the same personality, the same body mindset as all these others. So I have to try to find my positive traits and understand I'm newer in the business than these other folks. I'm not always going to match them on their performance. And I have my own timing on when things will be done. And I have faith and I trust that I will get where I need to go when the time is right. You don't want to rush into things you're not ready for. Even though you think you are, you're probably not. I hope this is making sense. So when you try to control things, when you are trying to compare things, and when you have a victim mindset, poor me, you are in a cycle. You're in that cycle. Oh gosh, poor me, look at what happened to me. And then you're thinking of all the negative things that happen to you, and you're like, I can't control that. And that's frustrating. And now I'm mad about that. And now look at Suzanne over there. She's got the perfect marriage, which is probably not even perfect, it just looks like it. She's got the kids, the perfect kids. She's got all of this stuff. But what you don't really see is what's behind the door for Suzanne, okay? You need to make self-connection. You need to say, okay, this is what I'm aligned with. And yeah, you may look at somebody and say, hey, I want to get there someday. What can I do to get there? Write some goals down and be inspired by the person and take some of the things that they do and say, hey, maybe that's what I need to do in my life, or maybe that's not gonna work for me. But never compare yourself to someone, because we are not the same. We're all like snowflakes. We're all different, okay? You could say the same words as them. Sorry, something that is in my teeth. And it could have a total different response, reaction. So some simple daily gratitude practices. Morning gratitude. Name 3 things before you touch your phone, because we all know that's on your side of your bed. 3 things I'm grateful for, right? You guys are probably like, oh, that's so simple, how lame. Yeah, it really is that simple. It like really is that simple to just switch your mind on in the morning and say, you wake up, I am so thankful, that I woke up today. I'm thankful for that. I am so thankful for how comfortable my bed is, because I slept so good. And I am so thankful for my family that shows me love and is there for me every day. And maybe you don't have the same things to be thankful for. Maybe you're like, I'm thankful that I get to be single and nobody bothers me. I get to have self-time. I'm so thankful that I have a huge backyard that is so beautiful that I get to go drink my coffee on, and I'm so excited for that. I'm so thankful that God gave me such a healthy, beautiful body. There's so many things you could be thankful for. And maybe you're not thankful for any of those things that I listed, but there's always something to be thankful for. Like I said, you should be thankful that you even get to be alive and here to experience this reality, because there's so many other things out there that probably wishes they were here with us. So gratitude stacking. Attach gratitude to daily habits. So showering, driving, cooking. So when I am showering, I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you for this nice hot water that is running down my body. Thank you for this shampoo that I get to buy. It smells so good and it's like putting me in a good mood. Thank you for these fluffy towels. Like, there's so much little things you can find gratitude for that can shift your mind and put you into that positive state, that positive energy, okay? I guess that's what I'm trying to tell you. So driving, thank you for this car. I actually have a car. Thank you. Cooking. Thank you that I have these hands to actually cook a meal, that I have a mouth I get to eat. Thank you for giving me a digestive system that is gonna, or taste buds that's gonna enjoy this meal. Thank you. And you know, some people don't taste food anymore, especially after COVID. It's hard for them to taste stuff. And people forget that that's actually something to be very thankful for. So micro moments, acknowledging small wins throughout the day. So you can be thankful that you just drove to work and you didn't cuss at anybody the whole time. Thank you that I was able to renew my mind not to get angry while I drive. Thank you for anyways, gratitude. You know what gratitudes are, what gratitude is, and you know what I mean by acknowledging small wins throughout the day. Okay, evening reflection, growth, lessons, moments of peace. You go throughout your day carrying all this energy from other people that you interact with. Just carrying the emotions from each experience you had, the drive home, the traffic, and then you're like, I gotta go home and I have to cook, and I have to do this and this and this. You deserve yourself that moment of peace, and people do not give themselves that moment of peace. You could be on the toilet you have your moment of peace. Okay? And I feel like you need a moment to reflect how your day went. That way you can see, okay, it really wasn't that bad. Yeah, Becky accidentally threw away my lunch in the fridge, and yeah, traffic was horrible. And then my boss randomly said, you have a 30-minute deadline to give me this report. Like, all of that is just life, but it strengthens you. So you do need a moment of peace to breathe in, to breathe out. And people forget about this self-care piece, this pause, this moment you get to take to pause everything and say, you know what, today was rough, but I got through it and I'm still here. So using gratitude during hard moments, I think, is one of the hardest things, especially when you experience death, when you experience something that is very traumatic. And it doesn't bypass the gratitude. You're allowed to feel stuff. Believe me, I get mad. I don't let a lot of people make me mad. Mainly, like, my family members are the easiest to make me mad and trigger my temper. But you can still feel those emotions. Okay, that doesn't take away from the gratitude, but you still have to take a moment later to say, okay, I felt this and this is what happened, and I'm thankful that I got a moment to process this. And don't sweep things under the rug. When you sweep things under the rug, it doesn't disappear. You're just shoving them down deeper and deeper and deeper, and eventually you have to bring that all back up again. So having gratitude is facing each experience, being thankful, whether it was a horrible one or not, because you're growing. You may not see it, but you're going to look back in a year from now and be like, oh my gosh, I experienced that, and look at who I am and who I've become because I've experienced that. Ground the body through breath before shifting perspective. Like I just said, breathe in, breathe out, process. A lot of things can happen in 5 seconds in your mind. I know in my mind, I can think of like 100 things in 5 seconds. And then all of a sudden I'm off to what if? No what ifs. No what ifs. What ifs aren't even real. You say a what if, you're trying to make it real. Well, what if this happens? Well, why did you just put it into the universe for it to happen? You don't want your thoughts, your bad thoughts, to project you into a low vibrational timeline. Like, you don't want to have anyways, I lost my train of thought. But so breathe. Okay? Just breathe. A simple breath. And the reason why I make these videos is because I've experienced all of this. I didn't just hop on the phone one day and say, I want to make a podcast. I have no experience about gratitude, about low vibrations. I was low vibrational almost my whole life. And that's why I'm making this, because I don't want you guys to be stuck where I was stuck, where a lot of people are stuck. It's a very easy fix, and it's so sad that we should be learning this stuff as a child. How to manage our emotions, how to reflect on what happened to us and turn it into a positive way where we've learned a lesson and we grow and we're thankful for it. And so that's what I teach my kids. And I think that that should be taught in school. But anyways, so you're going to ask yourself, what is this moment strengthening within me? Okay. So if your mom passes, you're going to have grief. You're going to go through that. My grandmother passed. She was someone that was very major in my life, parts of my life. So I had to take a moment and say, yeah, this hurts to lose somebody, but we all die. But what did I get out of her that I can be thankful for? What did that relationship I have give me for me to thrive and make her proud while I live out my life? Do you think she's gonna wanna look down and see you sad and crying because she can hear you cry? No, she wants you to lift your head up high and say, Mom, I love you, and I know you're with me, and we're gonna kill this shit, and we're gonna rock it, and we're gonna do the dang thing, okay? Like, that's what they want us to do when they pass. They don't want us to sit here and mourn them for days. And honestly, if I passed and I just heard my family crying all the time out for me, that makes me feel like, oh my gosh, you know, like, no, they want to see you happy. They want to see you with joy and peace. Honoring them with the gratitude, thank you for being in my life and showing me what I needed to learn from you to help me grow to live out my life. And later we shall meet again, okay? Find a neutral gratitude, safety, breath awareness, when joy feels inaccessible. Even if you don't feel it in your heart, you can just sit there. There's been so many times where I feel like it's the end of the world. Obviously, we all have those moments. And I am like bawling. But I'm still saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Sometimes I don't even know what for. I don't know what I'm thankful for right now, but I am just so thankful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I didn't just get what I want out of my transaction. It got destroyed, thrown out the window. I'm bawling. Nothing can fix it. But thank you. Thank you. Finding joy when it feels inaccessible can be a very hard spot to be in. But each day you slowly try to find gratitude is a step closer to raising your vibrations instead of just sitting in the same old state of mind that you've always been in. We have control of our lives, of our emotions, all of it. A lot of people like to push that control onto others. Guess what? It's not up to them to fix you. Okay? That's up to you. Okay? So, consistency over perfection, because I'm not perfect. You may watch this video and think, oh, she seems kind of perfect. No, I just had my cats fighting. My son got off the bus, talk about some girl was flipping him off on the bus. Well, I want to take him out of school, but we won't go there. Talk about all this stuff, right? Not perfect. But small daily shifts rewire the brain more effectively than big changes. So you can start, you're a miserable person, you can start with a small shift, like I said, saying 3 things you're thankful for when you wake up. Or even when you get out of the shower and you look in the mirror. You could say 3 affirmations. I am beautiful, I am kind, I am loving. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you. Little steps, no pressure, okay? You have to take your time and do it what works for you. Pull up ChatGPT and say, I would like a plan to raise my vibrations, okay? Starting with gratitude. How can I do that? Okay? Missing a day doesn't erase progress. It's the gentleness that matters. So you miss a day, you're like, dang, I missed a day. And then you start going down this whole train of thought of how you're such a horrible person because you forgot to say thank you for one day. It's okay. Maybe set a reminder. Maybe that's where you say, you know what? thank you for letting me miss that day, because now I realize and I acknowledge I need to set reminders that say, be positive. Maybe a reminder that says, don't forget you're awesome. Don't forget you're grateful. Don't forget to take 1 second to say, thank you so much. Thank you. And consistency builds self-trust and emotional resilience. So my consistency was in meditation, okay? I have always been a more positive person than a lot of other people, and like finding the goodness in stuff. And so it wasn't too hard for me to always show gratitude, because I kind of was already doing that. What was hard for me was finding time in the day to have for myself, for the self-reflection, okay? To have time for myself, to restore positivity in other areas, okay? Not gratitude necessarily. But you should choose a practice that works for you. Like I said, you can ask chat, hey, how can I do this better? I want to be a more positive person. I don't want to be low vibrational. I want to be vibrational, high vibrational. I want to have good energy. So when I walk in a room, everybody can see, everybody can feel the changes I have made. And that's what will happen. They'll be like, oh, what did you do? You're smiling today. You're doing this or that different. Or just your presence will start changing naturally. And people will start saying, you are such a light. You know what I mean? Don't you want to be a light in the dark? You do attract moths that way. But you'll be prepared for that as you go through the process of overcoming that darkness that comes in your life. Because anything that's positive is going to naturally bring light to it has to bring light to the dark. The light can't live by itself. So I guess what I'm trying to say is it's always going to be an obstacle. And that's why I'm having this conversation, because you're going to become a light, and this light is going to bring more trials, but it's making you stronger and it's helping you grow, and then you can use that to help other people around you. So like gratitude is more like a relationship. It's not a checklist. So even just starting your day by saying thank you for this coffee, I hope it nourishes me. No, not I hope. May this nourish me. Thank you for this tea. Okay, and I do believe that you have a spirit team. You have Jesus, Yeshua, you can call upon, and these energies can help you with your energy, okay? If I am feeling down and I need to shake something, I'll go take an Epsom sea salt bath. That helps stabilize your energy, and I will say I am so thankful for all of this. I am thankful for you helping me in this situation, and I just pray that you can align my energy to a higher frequency that allows me to be a more positive person. And they will come in and they will help you, but you have to ask. Okay? You have to go to God and ask for that alignment, and you have to receive it and then release what does not serve you anymore. Okay? If you think that I do this all on my own, that's a joke. Okay? I am constantly asking God, Source, Yeshua, my spirit guides, however you see it, I'm asking them for help with my energy to stay positive, to stay focused, not to react, but to respond. Give me a moment to evaluate this situation. Please speak to me what I need to learn in this situation, how I can grow in this situation, and become a more positive person. okay? And it's very hard when you are stuck around people who are not positive people, okay? And when you are healing yourself and becoming a more positive person, showing gratitude, you are going to start noticing the people around you that do not serve you, that need to be released because they bring too much negative to the plate for you, okay? You should not have friends that are sucking the energy out of you because they have such a horrible life, they can't stabilize their own energy. No, it's okay to help others, but do not let them thrive and be energy vampires off of your hard work. And I've learned that, okay? I had a best friend, okay? She went through a lot of trauma. I went through a lot of the same trauma. I did self-work, she did not. She would even tell me, I hang out with you because you are the good energy and I am the bad. And it never clicked in my head until finally it clicked in my head and I was like, and she said some words to me when she was drunk and I had to release her as my friend. Some things won't change and some people do tell the truth when they're intoxicated and you have to understand that. Don't sweep it under the rug. This is a sign, okay? Some people have to be released from your life to allow you in your energy to become more high vibrational, to become a more positive being. Okay? If you have someone that you hang out with almost every single day and they're constantly saying all this negative stuff in your ear, you're trying to transmute your energy and their negative energy. And then you're an override. And then you're wondering, why am I so emotional? Why am I doing this? Why is my mind spinning all out of control? It's because you're not in a stable environment and they are throwing you out of whack. And that's when you need to acknowledge, okay, this person's not good for me anymore. And maybe one day they might be good for me, but they need time to their self to figure out their self and then coming back and revisit me, okay? And whatever you do, you should be grounding because this will help stabilize your energy. Go walk barefoot, go gardening with bare hands, go hug a tree, okay? I've talked about this before and I'm reminding you if you didn't see my other podcasts, this helps transmute your energy, okay? There's been times where I've been bawling my eyes out, feeling like shit. Go hug the tree, go kiss the tree. I'm not talking about make out with the tree, but hug it, and talk to the tree. Talk to Mother Nature, Gaia, Earth. Take this burden of this negative pressure that is on me. Take it, I release it to you, and restore my energy and align me energetically. These are things you can do, okay? And that is free. You don't have to pay to go hug a tree. You don't have to pay someone to teach you how to show gratitude, to become a more positive person. It's just all about acknowledging that you're low vibrational and that you are negative and slowly transforming, little baby step at a time, into someone that sees a better perspective in all situations and how it can apply to you and your self-growth. Peace is available in the present moment at all times. You have to choose the peace, okay? If you're one of the people that sit here and say, oh my gosh, Bob just ruined my day. No, he didn't. You chose to let him do that. You chose to take what he said and he did, apply it to your life, and hold on to that all day. Don't hold on to it all day. You process it. How did this make me feel? Okay, ding, light goes off. I accept what happened and I am thankful and I release what doesn't serve me, what I do not need. I keep what does that will help me grow. And there you go. The moment's over. You're not holding on to anger. You're not holding on to anything. You're processing it. Okay, it's okay to feel things, but process it. Don't hold on to things. And when you process it, be thankful you got to have that opportunity. Okay? Like I said, gratitude is one of the highest vibrations, and a lot of people forget to say thank you. I will go to the store and check out and say thank you, have a great day. Okay, it's not my job to go out there and tell the world, thank you, have a great day, but I do it because I want to make an impact. I want to look at that person and them see me, wow, there is actually a person that has made my day today just because they simply said, thank you, have a good day. You know what I mean? Like easy things. Had a horrible, horrible day. Come home. Soak in that bath. Give yourself that time. My kids know when I go and I'm taking my bath, they should not be bugging me at all. I don't want to hear a knock on the door unless the house is on fire or something crazy. Okay? You have to set boundaries. Okay? And you have to be okay with being alone sometimes so you can take that time to reflect on what you can be thankful for and why. And so, like I said, mindset shapes emotional, mental, and energetic experiences. So however you're thinking, that is going to shape your experience. That is going to shape how you feel, okay? I hope that you guys got something out of this today and understand the importance of showing gratitude and being thankful in every moment. Like I said, it's okay to process the experience. You don't have to be thankful as soon as something happens. You don't have to be thankful then, but you should always find time at the end of the day to sit down, process what you've experienced, find something to be thankful in that, and apply it to you and say, how can I grow from this? And let it go. I mean, like, just let it go. Let that shit go. Some of y'all are mad at people because who knows what? I don't know. Don't hold on to that anger. Every experience is a moment for you to learn, and whatever you learn out of that, you can be thankful for. So, I hope you guys learned something. Please like, share, follow me. Everything counts with this podcast if I am trying to really help the collective. And, over time, I hope to see y'all interact with my videos. And if you have any questions, if you disagree with stuff that I said, come on, bring it on. I'm here to grow too. What if I said something that doesn't really align with anything and I'm over here just blabbing away? I'm not some top-notch professional. Like I said, this is for some newbies, okay? If you're new to raising vibrations and trying to become a more positive person, this is probably the podcast for you, because I'm growing still, okay? I'm still growing too. So I hope you guys have an amazing day and love yourself and be thankful. Okay.